Look, I just got a couple of last-minute results here for ENCE that have happened recently on Train over at DreamHack Open, where they finished in a very, very bad position.
That last place?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
They beat MIBR on Train 19-15. Before that, the Ice Challenge. They lost to OG on Train 19-17.
Sure what you can take away from that result. You would actually...
Not a lot.
Casted by Henry G Machine and just
Harry's not here yet.
He will do some casting.
He will be here later. But I'll call you. I'll be called whatever you guys want.
Yeah, Sponge, for those of you that are unfamiliar, SPUNJ, that's at SPUNJ on Twitter. His name is Chad.
Don't follow me on Twitter.
Don't follow him.
Can we get Rush a light ring in his setup? He's in the darkness over there. I don't want him to be illuminated.
Can you talk to us, Rush?
What's he got?
Yes, I got
there
a press.
Hey. A light as well. That's perfect. They look much better.
How did you find the first map, Rush?
It was quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You got anything else for us?
Good insight.
I thought the strategical game of Team Spirit there, they really brought everything they had. And I'm looking forward to what they bring into Train. This is ENCE pick, so it could go very
Who are you going to observe
for
us here? Who is your man to watch? Who's
Probably
getting the first
Sergey
frag?
might run out and possibly
talk us through your thought process observing here.
Look, they're all moving up, so there's one player I'm interested in. That's #1.
Oh.
Chopper now.
Chopper with the USP, you know, is going to be hitting some shots. Oh, no. Devastating.
Thank you so much, Rush. We'll get into the action now. It's going to be an opening pick there for ENCE. Remember, they've had plenty of those so far. Unable to win the rounds, but this is looking very promising. Now, Chad, they don't have to fully commit towards inside, of course. They can hold up. They can see how this puzzle develops as I disbalance.
This is huge.
They've got two players going towards upper ramp. I like it.
Three.
I love it.
They're ready for it, though. ENCE are looking in that direction.
There's no way they expect this, Henry. Oh, my God.
He definitely didn't expect another.
Pushes them outside, at least.
They should snowball outside right now.
Yeah. But they're not going to. But this is what you'd expect them to do, right? So it's not a bad call. You'd expect them to go outside, but they're not going to. Some die young.
They've got different thoughts.
Dismounts at the wrong time. Has to find maybe one kill on the cross hit. Significant damage to Sunny. You can say that again. Just a 1 HP, and now the retake's looking very promising.
Oh, gosh, yeah. There's a kit and a smoke on Magix. He's hitting frags as well. 2 already. Does have the support of Mir. Closing in from the upper area. That's going to make things awkward for X7. He's clocked it and will manage to reposition. Good damage inflicted into Magix. Let's not forget, he has to get to the site, and now he's going to do it. But Sergey, oh no, Sergey! This is the shots and stabilizes. Kit's on Magix's corpse, and now time is of the essence. He's going to retrieve it now. Time check, smoke retrieved.
Wasted.
He's got the smoke as well.
No!
Oh, this is going to be awkward for X7.
Oh my
3,
God.
2, he's descending the ramp and Spirit take the pistol. Oh!
No, they don't.
Wow.
He gets the headshot through the smoke, and X7 saves the day with about 0.5 seconds to spare there. It looked like the godlike play, the smoke on the molly, the 5-second defuse, but it's all denied here. To be fair, it should have been an ENCE round. It looked so convincing for them when the flank from Connector as well. When that fell apart, this moment here, Sergey had to get 2 frags there. And fortunately for them, X7 saving the day from the lower ramp. But of course, a force buy in response now. Team Spirit, the Scouts, the Deagles, and finally an advantage for ENCE. They will be up 1-0, but they need to hold on to it.
So this is the first time in one map and one round that ENCE have been winning.
Exactly. And here they are.
That's what we need, the hard-hitting stats.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Let's see if they can build upon it. It is going to be a tumultuous journey with a UMP and some Scouts to overcome. Disbalance and Magix rocking them. Towards the halls they go. Not going to be seeing too much more of that CT aggression. Loved the response. 3-man push towards the inner site.
That was great. Those are those moves that we always talk about. Oh, okay.
They're coming in on this, actually.
Scouts are so dangerous on Train.
With aim like that, oh no. Oh, he goes unchecked. Will finally fall, and that should be the site. Not necessarily the round now, however, a lot more promising. Sergey will eliminate the flank, and it's going to be very difficult for the remaining Deagle. And, excuse me, an AK for Magix. He's managed to pick that up off the corpse of Sunny. Some Die Young stalking his prey. Wants to punish Alu. Oh,
I always hate it when you've gone too far, the trigger discipline. Like, see what's available to you, sure. But if you're going for a complete 180 and is hoping they don't check, that's when things can go wrong. There was a knife there available, but I guess he only loses the Deagle. It's going to be the AK save for Magix. 2 kills to his name. There's no real need to chase him here, considering the money's low on the T side. Let him save the AK. It's not that he can force up around it, but he'll hold towards the waiting room right now and look if they exit. And it looks like they'll just be holding towards upper ramp. But there it is. ENCE will get their second round there. A little bit dicey at one point, but well held. They give up 1 AK. Magix has been playing well so far. Maybe he can have a bit of impact here. This is the moment. Maybe this changes the tide of the round.
Yeah, he puts a UMP in his hand. There's a second chance there, and you can see Alu's POV. Hi.
We all like free things, so I guess Alu's going to be pretty happy with that one right there.
They say nothing in this world is free, Chad.
Maybe they're lying.
Maybe they do. Who is they, anyway?
I don't know. I think technically we are they.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Faster one this time.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see anything crazy different on a map like Train. I'm assuming we'll just see the standard 5-lane smoke.
Like this.
Okay.
Like that a lot.
This kid is good.
Not the best setup in this sort of round, but still they'll pull one back. Let's get the Sergey. AK removed. Should be round. One smoke, a P250 and a Zeus just to note as well. Mir will at least recover the AK, but smoked out. Can't do a whole lot with it. Could go T-spawn, I suppose.
Disbalance might want to try and join him, maybe try and jump around the corner, get some sort of information. Chopper is going to be tucking himself in towards Ivy, and another smoke arriving just to confirm that the round is theirs.
Now, I'm not 100% certain on this, but in the past, I have seen Mir as the inside anchor for teams, if I remember rightly here.
Yeah.
So if he does save this weapon,
the AK-47.
It's going to allow him to buy out full utility. Otherwise, he may have been a little bit strapped for cash, because as we can see here, only has 2.2. We're going into the third straight round loss, so we're looking at the 2,700 mark. So he would have been lacking some utility, and he will go down anyway. So we will see how that will impact his utility a little bit. Getting that kill does help.
Well, there we have it. 6K on the nose for Magic, so he can drop an AWP if required. I feel like Idisbalance should be fine to purchase his own, but that was the key frag there, taking down the AK-47. Magic will buy the AWP, and they've gone for a double AWP setup, in fact. So this is always a nice way to kick things off. Alo will bring his out for the first time as well, remember, didn't post a single AWP kill on Inferno. Is their pick, though. ENCE up 3-0 on the T side, looking much better. Got more rounds than they did in the first map, already within the third 3 of the second.
Yeah. And I am really enjoyed watching Idisbalance on his train CT side AWPing before. He tends to go for some aggressive plays towards the main when he feels the need to pull a round out of the hat. He likes to pull that aggressive stance off, and Alu, great reaction, gets flashed off, and just with a gnat's wing of a gap, he does manage to punish Magic. That's one of the AWPs taken down. ENCE's AWPer, we called him a win condition, has connected and given them that early man advantage.
Just want to correct myself. I said 2,700. I meant 2,900. 9 and 7, they're close to each other.
Yeah, they've got the little taily bit, fancy stuff up top. Talking of fancy stuff up top, Sergey gets one upper.
I think this might be an important theme to keep in mind for Spirit's CT side here, because we didn't get to watch a lot of their CT side over there on Inferno, but how they've dealt with losing opening picks right now is sending individuals into win heads-up duels. So if ENCE are going to milk the clock and play very slowly like this, and we're going to see people like Chopper, like Nia, needing to take attention elsewhere in the map, we're going to see the ability of ENCE to pick up a lot of free kills, or a lot of kills where if they are holding their choke points and doing their default, they should at least be favored to win those fights.
Very impressive round here from Alu. Much more like it. 3 kills to his name, but he has gone down at this point. They were all with the AWP this time, so much better scenes. As we'll see, Sumda Young desperately holding to the M4. Nice shot towards Ivy. That's about it. At this point, it's just a matter of self-preservation. Can he stay alive? Ariel recovers the AWP on the floor. This is looking good, friends. 4-0 on the train. T side is very welcomed indeed, considering what happened on Inferno. Bomb to go off and 3 players to survive. The money swells. You win the round by virtue of explosion. It's $3,500 per player extra, so you can see that money increase further and further now. They'll be safe for a few rounds. Sumda Young, not really the same story. I'll have maximum loss bonus now for this round, which he'll get 3,400 on top of his 0. So he'll survive. Got 4,100 there in reserve. So with 1 saved M4 maximum loss bonus, you can buy, but it'd be like FAMASs, MP9s, maybe a scout thrown in there. Probably better off just buying Deagles around the M4.
That was a beautiful round. Single-handed victory secured by Alu as he found that 3rd frag just towards the Z before the trade could come in. Back into the action with only that M4 on Sumda Young, which he only just managed to hold on to. Let's see if it pays off for him. But now going to be throwing out the early utility to try and keep them locked in towards main. Channel towards all off aggression from Mir, though the MP9 does manage to keep things level, 4-4. And a slow walk out from Sunny. It is a duel that favors him, of course, just the Deagle and Disbalance, and a hard shot for him to take. Does realize the error of his ways and repositions. Healthy at the moment, 4 versus 4.
Oh, see, there's another kill offered on up. And because of the time on the clock and the fact the CTs are lower, nice shot there from iDisbalance. That's huge. But will they expect Sunny to be pushed forward already? He's going to get offered up a freebie. Will capitalize, but now at least they know his position.
Well, 3 versus 2. iDisbalance has been the best member for Team Spirit so far. We'll see whether he can keep it up. As he fires off shots towards Pop Dog, that's not bad at all. And Chopper, guaranteed frag in the back. It's going to be the 5-7. Sunny left as he holds towards Ivy. Sits in the smoke for now. No utility available, but we said he was a monster on train before. Can he step up once again with 45 seconds remaining? The first kill will come in the form of iDisbalance. Currently towards the back of Old Bomb, but the timing works in his favor. Sunny won't fully commit to the check. But towards Ivy, there might be a kill there. If he swings towards it, though, the sniper is waiting.
He's going to get close to the wall. Try and get across Chopper. Very quick reaction. 2 from him and 2 from Disbalance. Chad, you seem rather impressed by the Disbalance frags he's pulling off there.
Yeah, well, in that kind of situation, right, they obviously have to take risks because they are up against the rifles, but the range of those duels is what's so impressive, right? To beat an AWP player who's in connector, he would about to see this fight. He knows the lines because he is an AWPer, but still to do it with an M4, and then the Old Bomb position looking towards Pop Dog, another very difficult spot to win a fight like that. So iDisbalance with 2 very important kills right there.
Yeah, and he's got them back into the game as well. Just when they needed a round, you can see that we're going to have a faster approach of Sunny. The decent spawn does yield a little bit of damage there. 52 towards Sumdai Young. Converts it as well. Knows there's a second player towards the E-box. This is more like it from Sunny. This is the kind of play we want to see from this guy as he manages to get himself towards hell. They have the man advantage again, and once more we need a player from Team Spirit to step up here. What's going to be the reaction play? We've left the inside bomb site completely open. There's a rotation from iDisbalance, but that's where the bomb is heading. We are going to see that planted by X7, and the retake, nigh and impossible at this stage. With the Molotov going down, open plan, I'm not sure you even go for this one considering the money's so bad.
They have 2 kits though, so what we have been seeing teams do a lot lately is just hold off in these choke points and see if the T's want to start hunting. If they get a freebie right here, oh dear.
He checks it.
He doesn't. That was amazing timing there by Sergey. He could have been dead if that was a split second earlier.
And that should be enough. Yeah, they're backing away. They'll accept that this one's going the way of ENCE. And again, off the back of Sunny. 2 quick frags as he burst his way out. I liked how they found him in the end. I liked the reaction to his presence in Old Hell. Just throwing in that Molotov and having Magix just waiting to see if he would leave the corner. He did. Sergey gets himself a fresh mag for the save, and Magix and Chopper walking into the Lion's Den. Will take X7 down and out, and that's something. Sergey could have another bit of combat, but not to be.
They need to be careful here. Holding on to the AK-47. Not sure that was worth the push, but Bircher, what have you got for us over there?
So I had a question come in about AWP play on a map like that of Train. So I just want to highlight a couple of the key positions that you might see an AWPer on the T side watching early. This main position they can either pick on towards connector, they can pick over towards the stopper position, or even all the way down to Ivy. That's obviously very susceptible to grenades. If you want to pick from Ivy, we do see a run boost in this position to get the AWPer to pick this angle over here without the other CTs knowing, and you might see an AWPer play very passive here, just watching for aggression from the CTs. So look out for those different moves from Alu in this game.
He certainly will, and he has got his AWP this time towards the Ivy position. No run boost, but instead just hoping that ooh, I think he caught a glimpse of Magix jumping over the edge of that smoke. Does get naded down to 79, but the game goes on as some nade damage is exchanged in return. X7 down to 76. Softened up for the M4s of Chopper, Mir, and Sumdai Young.
It's all very quiet now. This is the slowest paced round we've had so far. It's going to be an inside execution from ENCE. I like this. You haven't really dropped a set piece so far. It's been lots of just defaults with opening picks from the AWP. Now you're going to drop the inside execution with 1 player in position, the former Sergey as well. He's confirmed the brown halls are clear. Everyone can make their way over. On a map like Train, this is okay as well. Inferno would be a little bit compromised because the CTs will push around the map and get information. You won't really see that on a Train unless they push Ivy, which you've got X7 covering right now as well, making sure that's absolutely fine. And they're going for a similar approach to what we saw in Inferno. The apartments, flashbang, they'll do that towards upper ramp. They'll probably smoke connector, flash over a couple of times and just try and bail out of the upper ramp and trade out kills.
Mir is in a position to basically just catch them as they Ooh,
They're ready for this.
Yeah.
They know this.
Chopper does get the first, gets the bomb, the info, and survives. It could not have gone worse. 5 seconds, the ENCE. Oh no, and now the smokes have gone wrong. Sunny will throw a replacement, and now the bullets are getting thrown at them with just 18 seconds left. Where is the bomb? It's on Sunny. He knows he dies if he descends. This round is essentially lost. What can you possibly do? 10 seconds as he stands in that smoke. He wants to get out of there.
So, Chad, I don't want to speculate too much, but for me, that's team spirit, watching the demos events and just reading that sort of play, that the way they coordinated 2 players towards upper, especially towards top of ladder and the ramp, that's quite a common setup, but the way they did it, they were very ready to the fact there could be multiple players up there with rifles.
Yeah, considering how forward they were in yard for a lot of that round, they were playing. Normally, if you're going to be aggressive in yard, you won't be aggressive inside, right? You'll choose one of the bomb sites to retake with. So it felt there that they were hedging their bets. Like it was more than a guesstimate, you know?
Yeah.
So in that scenario right there, I liked the poise from ENCE, the fact that they didn't get flustered after they couldn't get that Ivy pick. Oh, now they're knifing out a spawn. That's what we want to stay away from that as much as we can.
I hate that.
That late round situation when there was only 10 seconds left on the clock, because their economy hasn't been built up enough yet, the decision couldn't have been, hey, let's just stand and fight and take as many as we can. We're still going to lose the round, but we can hurt their economy. They had to play for this save. So Spirit, within this round right here, if they convert this cleanly, if they're able to get this done with at least 4 players staying alive, this is a fantastic platform for them to start building a bank of rounds on their CT side.
Well, towards Pop Dog we go. That's going to be clear for now, but in terms of the defense, Mir's outside. He currently throws an Incendiary and HE combo towards main entrance. They're going to try and claim that territory. You can see the smoke down towards Pop Dog to enable them to get access to that side of the map, but it costs them their life. Without a helmet, Magics will be taken down by the Glock, no less. That's quite an impressive pickup, and that kill even more so. Mo with 2, saves the round, gets the bomb down towards Pop, and then now it's just Alu, joined by Sergey, who's got a Deagle.
Wouldn't write Alu out of this one. And that's a good connection. Starting things off, Sergey will draw attention towards Ivy, and now the CTs are split between them. Goes a little early, but Alu can convert at least onto 1. Now looking certainly a whole lot more winnable than before.
With the bomb down, and his position known, he is compromised, but sure, if he brings it down to a 1v1, he's got a very good chance of winning it. But how does he get that first kill? He's good at close-range sniping, and that's exactly what he's going to find here. Idis Balance with the same weapon on the other side. The HE will actually connect somewhat, and he's going to hit this. Alu doesn't miss those sort of shots. He's got a 1 versus 1 now.
15 seconds. The plant probably not likely. Mir just tucked in on the bomb train. Alu's just stampeding like an elephant, and Mir will punish. Good patience from him and a quad kill. You said they had to pick it up cleanly, Chad, but they're probably just grateful to pick it up at all after all that.
Yeah, their bank is all right. It's just now they have to reinvest, right? You saw most players there with 6 or 7K to their name, so now they're going to have to rebuy all those weapons, and it's costly. So each round at this point for Spirit stays on that knife edge of them potentially going back down to an eco scenario. Whereas if they did keep those players alive, they can build themselves, a buffer. But the buy will come out here from ENCE. There is that compromise in X7's hand, who has gone for the Galil, so he can get that extra utility. And they are lacking a little bit. You can see Alu only has a Molotov. Ariel has nothing to his name, so maybe they'll be a little bit quicker in this round. They can't loiter around the map in the same slow-paced motion as what we had seen previously.
Stopping dead. Round 9 of our second map. A stomp for Spirit on Inferno, but does seem like ENCE have got a whole lot more to show here on our second map. Let's see if they can convert.
Yeah, problem is with this round, only 3 smokes, a few flashbangs, and 2 Molotovs. It won't be anything too technical here. Maybe more of that Wolfpack mentality towards inside we saw before. That was thwarted by the likes of Chopper, but he's out of position now. He'll be going down for sure. Caught with his pants down. For me, that's the cue to go inside, but they gotta wait. Orb rotates back in, Idis Balance holds towards Connector. And here's the reaction from Mir. He knows he needs a bit of intel. Needs to push towards Ivy. Needs to know what's going on here, trying to get any sort of sound cue, anything he can, as Magics will join him, checking out the close right.
They're so active on the map on the CT side. I love to see it.
But they're so far removed from the action. You see the bombs down towards inner. So sure, they're pushing towards inside now. They are sending Mir with the M4 towards T-spawn, but they've done well to get back in time.
Just in time.
It's
just
the
as they hit upper. And here they come. Smokes are up, but some die young. He does not go down. Second, not too easy. Alu's going to find it. Balance finally makes that orb on the defense work. However, that guise of the smoke will keep another heart beating for ENCE on this retake. It's 2 versus 3 and looking rather impossible. From behind, it's Mir, anticipated and at this point held by Sunny.
don't think Mir can do enough here. That opening kill was everything. Sunny, though, looking very sharp right now on Train. Itis balance the AWP, probably the worst weapon for the job. He'll have to start falling back any second now. He knows the player towards the lower ramp. Wants to get him before he goes down. If anything, that might just cost him his life. Trying to fall back, scrambling now, and there it is. It will be ENCE to pick up another 6-3 on their T side of Train. Sergey saves the AWP, 2 kills to his name, 9 in total. And the money should be broken on the CT side. We've got Chopper at 2,300. There's a buy there, Chad, but this is like timeout territory. Discuss your options, but as we mentioned, probably won't see many timeouts considering this is on my way.
Yeah, I want to point out ENCE leaning towards this high ramp late as opposed to the low ramp. I think something to note here is the rotation points coming on through. If you have to swing and take a fight against 3 or 4 players high ramp from connector, that's quite a scary fight. Whereas if you get to swing and you get to post up and fight low ramp, you know they're filtering into the bomb site and they don't have the high ground advantage over you. So that could be one of the reasons we're seeing so many out high ramp, but it will be a buy round, and the Augs have come out in replacement for those AWPs.
Why is my MAC-10 not work like that? Long-range spray from Sunny.
The lack of helmets that's really doing Spirit in there, but they've only given up 1 kill so far. X7 and Alu. Definitely a chance to win this. The M4 becomes a lot more powerful as well, the lack of helmets on the CT side. But in terms of positioning, it's Alu. Ready and waiting. So good in these sort of scenarios. Make a mistake, he'll capitalize upon it almost every single time. His teammate can't do much. There's no flashes, no smokes. He's waiting for the flanks, and that's fine. You've got a minute on the clock here. Might as well explore your options. The smoke does give up his position somewhat, but allows him to focus more towards the bomb train.
Oh, Magix is even flirting with the idea of pushing through it. Changes his mind, realizes no need to give any early advantage to the limited T side. Just 2 members for ENCE. Molotov towards the bomb train. X7 closing in to try and take these fights. Alu tucking in on E-Box, but he's lost his comrade now, and so a 1 versus 4 does feel like a little too much of a tall order. First frag found, Disbalance falls, and a second quick reaction. Chopper's gone. Oh! So is Sumdai Young. Alu flying to secure this one for ENCE. 1 remains in a phenomenal, almost impossible clutch scenario. He sees him and hits him, no less.
Oh my God.
Magix, 50 caliber round in his ankle, but he secures it for Spirit.
That's insane. How did he not win it? It looked like he was absolutely locked in there. Alu spots the final player, lands the shot after hitting 3 showstoppers, but still it wasn't quite enough. This is what we wanted to see on Inferno. We got nothing. Jeez. Not a single orb kill delivered. We'll see this from Magic's point of view. He gets a shot in the ankle and survives after 3 successful orb kills were found. And you can see what it does. They're not going to, sure, you don't win the round, but the knock-on effect is tremendous for both teams. MP9's out and 3s for Team Spirit. There's Deagles, there's CZ, there's an outside push. Sumdai Young is scrapping towards the main entrance there. He does find the first kill, but there's a lot more to handle here going forward. We've got players towards Ivy. A lot of noise there coming through. That's going to be a kill, though, the Org. Magix should calm things down at this stage. I don't see a world where ENCE can fight their way back into the round of a single AK, but they'll certainly give it a good go. Lots of footsteps towards Upper. Chopper more than happy to greet them upon arrival, and that's going to be a 5-on-1.
Assuming Sunny goes down, and he will, that is the 2nd clean round so far for Team Spirit on this CT side. Now, if you're a new viewer to Counter-Strike, Train is a map that is CT-sided, just like Inferno was CT-sided. You would be hoping to post at least 9 rounds. Right. So the fact that ENCE have already got 6 would mean that Team Spirit need to go clean for the rest of this game here. And that is a good step in the right direction, being able to win another round in that regard, because before that we only had 2 players survive, 1 player survive, 1 player survive with that almost Alu clutch. They need to build this buffer.
And remember, that was a forced buy from ENCE as well. So we have a full eco coming up for exit. So this is a very good chance now to keep all 5 players alive. And you'd think the MP9s, not great weapons for this stage of the game, but actually they'll be able to farm a lot of money against these Glocks, take some risks, and they wouldn't even care if they died at this point. We're coming to the last few rounds of the game. You get 2 or 3 kills with the MP9 and die. You don't want that gun going forward, so that's okay. That's why Chopper's so up close to this stage, but he might find himself in a bit of trouble. Finds a first kill, $600 in the bag. Regardless, now we'll be able to buy up fully into the next round if he dies. So we'll see if they can keep this up. So they can rotate players towards outside, of course. That's confirmed the inside is completely covered. And it should just be a matter of time before hopefully the MP9s find the majority of the kills. 2 kills there, and we said it would be nice if it's a clean round, which it absolutely is. Speaking of money going forward, though, chaps, no cash for ENCE, really. No orbs available, just the very basics here. The AKs, the smokes, the flashes. That's about it. So
what's been working for them so far is this like spread, right? Alu obviously finding some impact with that AWP in certain rounds was good, but it was more of this, hey, let's go as a team, to an area, try and find a kill, and then we can move around the map and execute late if we have to. I expect potentially a pace change here.
It does look like they're going to be flashing Aerial out. Disbalance to contest. It's a hard shot, but not for him. Catching Aerial before he could make it to Olof, and now that early first blood has been returned, and then some. X7 and Sunny standing proudly outside the site. It's Sumdai Young to try and win the crucial duel, and now Chopper, yes, his opponents are wounded, but there's 4 of them, and he's on the wrong side of the map. This is ENCE's 7th.
Yeah, you want to see that change of pace? There it is. ENCE managing to bully their way towards outside, and Chopper, nothing he can really do here. The solo orc towards inside will have nothing to say about this one. And you can see ENCE had to battle their way through that one. The amount of damage they took upon arrival, the grenades, the incendiaries landing, it was successful for Team Spirit, but great shots from ENCE does enable them to get the bomb down. It's a 4 versus 1, and they'll take the lead no less on the T side of Train here, 7-6. Most notable on the score table so far, I guess X7, 3 and 7, but the fact they're up 7-6 doesn't really matter in that regard. Everyone fragging pretty equally for Team Spirit. Would like to see a bit more of ID balance, to be honest with you. See him have some Alu moments himself. But there it is. Round confirmed. ENCE take the lead. But we did say Team Spirit have a decent buffer of cash after winning that full eco, so they should have another buy here. So you can see 1 minute 35, and X7's on the bomb, taking the third opponent down.
Yeah.
So that just shows the change of pace there pretty much on the screen for you.
Night and day.
That's where, as well, that clean round we were talking about for Team Spirit comes in, because now they can get another gun round on the board. However, they too now have almost spent through all of their cash. So this is the crunch time of a half, and if you're Team Spirit, you never want to find yourself in this situation on the CT side. It means going into the last round of the game, you are potentially on a scrappy pistol by CZs, you know, maybe a scout.
Right.
It's going to look pretty horrible if they're unable to pick this one up right here.
So this is their chance to win the CT half of Train. Disbalance, aggressive AWPing, we talked about it. He likes to take the fight to main. And now he's got a teammate to take the second fight with him.
Double orb setup working out quite nicely so far, but that's the opening pick they are very happy to find. Alu removed. Sunny knows he can grab the orb, but they seem to be aware of his position. Recovers the AK-47. And the CTs are full back. They've got a massive advantage here. Shad's already laid down the implication of this round. You give this one up, your full eco going forward. So need to be very careful, work together, no risk to be taken. Molotov down, but sometimes just to put them into this corner so then they can start peppering them with flashbangs, grenades deep as well. You can see how that's working out quite nicely. Somebody drops down, but he gets the double kill. The totem drop once again fails, and it's a 4 versus 2. Make it 5 on 2 with Somebody Young still alive.
More like totem flop.
Totem flop, exactly, Alex. That's the kind of stuff we brought you in for. More of that, please.
More of that coming, Hank. For now, Sunny will go down, and therefore this round does start to level out. We talked about just how crucial this was for Spirit, and it looks all too good. X7's the only one that could change the odds, swing it back in favor of ENCE, but with 25 seconds, no bomb, no hope, really. Instead, just going to try and take another with him. He can't, and so with 4 still standing, Spirit do manage to equalize in pursuit of winning the half.
Wow, what a final round of the half it'll be. There is a full buy for ENCE available to them. They had a great start. Remember, 4-0 up to kick things off here after winning the pistol, which came down to the minutiae, Chad. The fact there was Team Spirit lock-in. The smoke down, the defuse there, 1 second to go. They got saved by the bell. The last bullet of the Glock is delivered, and they found themselves a good place.
Ali's got this spawn. I think he's been thrown that AWP instead of X7 being given something, so he's going to go charging towards Ivy. See if he can find any early first blood. We'll peek over his flame. There's already a CT there, and my goodness. He's taken 96% of magics out the round. And with just 4 HP, he stands his ground, and that's so mad.
Yikes.
X7 jumping for info and gets more than information. He gets lead in his head, now dead, and Sumdai Young is looking to try and challenge on this E-box. 2 out, rather uncontested at this moment. ENCE are getting chipped away at. Another for Mir.
Really nice round here so far from Spirit after losing that first bit of damage as well. It looks like it's a convincing finish around number 15. They will win out the half, and Alu still is alive and kicking. This time can't hit the second shot. It will be Team Spirit getting their way back into this half after what looked like a complete disaster. 4-0 down. It finishes at 8-7 on the half. It's the map pick of ENCE, and they're looking much better, especially Alu, who's finally landing some impressive shots there. I want to see more of that, and I want to see more of the same from ID Balance as well, who did most of his work with the M4. We'll take a break and see whether Team Spirit can finish this in a 2-0 fashion.
it's not the end. So get back up and fight again. Take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. You feel the earth move to the drum of steel boots. Banish the fear inside. You're strong enough that you don't have to hide. No, you don't have to hide. You're strong enough with your battle cry. Clash of steel spills your blood. A whisper out fills your head, but you have to fight again. So take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. With your battle cry. You feel the earth move to the drum of steel boots. Banish the fear inside.
ENCE have managed to arrive. It took us a map and a half, but 8-7 in our second and our first day of Season 11. It's time to see if they can close this one out and take us to our third. We're hanging out here with the Lanchin lads, myself, Machine, Henry G, and Chad Birchall, otherwise known as Sponge. Hi.
Good evening, or good afternoon, I should say.
When does it
Welcome
become
back.
evening?
It's evening in Australia right now.
At 5 p.m. I
5?
think.
5, you
Yes.
say good evening.
Good evening, and we'll get back into the second half, shall we? Team Spirit versus ENCE. It was looking very good for the ENCE boys, but unfortunately, Team Spirit got their act together towards the end, and they found themselves in a promising position. They have the half lead, and we'll see it go 8-7 as they purchase up a P250. We're seeing a lot of that these days in the hands of Magics, and why not? The shot he hit in the last round of the first half, Chad, you got to be believing in him. Right?
Well, I think the fact that he repicked behind a smoke
Yeah.
out Ivy, one of the most spam smokes in the whole map, is insane. So is this.
Very insane. Look at Alu go. Just charges up the ramp and takes the fight. These pistol round CZs are getting more and more prominent. They even put armor behind that. Superhero for Alu, and he's going to have to be at this point because already it does seem like Ariel and Sunny found their kryptonite. He continues. Another rescue. Mir gone.
Yeah, this is looking very good. I love this CZ from Alu. Lots of aggression, lots of promising shots landing. You could say the same, though, for Magics and some die young. Sergey, he's only got 19 points of health. This would have to be a perfect performance for him to stand a chance. Not going to happen. Chopper to close things out. It was an aggressive push at the start of the round there from the CZ, trying to force him towards outside. It doesn't work out at all, and the finishing shots towards inside land for Team Spirit.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused because on the CT side, if you're going to have two smokes, I understand one, you want it for a post-plant defuse towards the inner bomb site in case they go for the Molotov play, right? That makes sense. Is that what we saw in the first half?
Sure.
Yeah.
But they had two players with smokes. So I am curious as to if they wanted to use one to just delay a choke point so they could do that heavier inside stack, but they didn't use it early.
It wouldn't be lower round because they rushed that.
Yeah, so they didn't use it yard.
They could have smoked to Ivy, I suppose, at the start. That's the one place you're vulnerable to a rush, I think, like at a pistol round, potentially.
I just thought they might have had a bit more of a plan with those smokes, but the pistols didn't play out the way they wanted, and now we will see them take the full save. So this one should be a non-issue.
Yeah.
You say that. That's an AK gone.
Or is it? Disbalance is going to have to battle for it now. They're playing hot potato with a Kalashnikov, and it's not quite been able to pull the trigger. The Finns fall in the end, but they did manage to get some good connections and get that AK down. Quick reaction from iDisbalance, realizing that was going to be a hot prospect, picking up that AK-47.
No one on the side of ENCE right now can afford an AWP. So those heroics that we were seeing to lead Alu to 16 kills to his name, we won't see that come out on the first gun round on ENCE's CT side of Train. So that could be a bit of a problem. Not even any AUGs were able to be afforded right now.
And an AUG is a weapon that's dropped out of fashion as of late, but still on Train, super viable.
Yeah.
Same story of Nuke as well. Lots of long-range duels. You've got the scope benefit as well. Use gaps in the smokes. So yeah, very indicative as to where they're at right now. Even with the full save in the second round, it's a compromise by a best of no kits here, up against a pretty well-equipped Team Spirit. They've got the AUG. They've got the AK-47s, a cheeky Krieg, and all the smokes and Molotovs they could ever ask for here. So they're absolutely fine taking a slow round. They know the money's going to be low on the CT side. So let's bleed out some of that utility. Let's get rid of the incendiaries, the smokes. Do they potentially have an AWP? Time will tell, but at this point, absolutely not. iDisbalance will just be showing presence towards Ivy. That's one of the key smokes gone now. So there's 2 remaining on the CT side with 1 minute 20 on the clock. Still 5 smokes to Team Spirit, just to know that. So they're very aware of what's up against them right now.
I hope we do see a yard play. A lot of teams these days are starting to lend, especially on the first gun. Oh, this is the flop again.
It never seems to work.
The totem flop every time.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think so many people are ready for it now. It doesn't surprise you. In the way it was early days, you see 2 guys dropping down pop dog on each other's head, you freak out a little bit, right? But once you play against that a lot in practice and you know, okay, yeah, we even do it, you know what it looks like, you feel it from the T-side perspective, you become more comfortable with that. So defending against it, the whole pop dog, and I think a lot of pros would attest to this, is one of the biggest utility picking mind game positions over any map. Just the way that you can learn a player's tendencies, and he knows that you know his tendencies. So now he's playing a different... It's crazy.
I don't even know if this is correct, and here I go, putting myself out there. I did see Chopper lose 2 health, and I thought I heard someone take 4 damage sound effect. I don't know if he deliberately was trying to make the feign that someone had gone down pop poorly, because as they came in to sweep it, they were checking their close corners, perhaps trying to make sure Crosshairs were not expecting that totem drop. A quick reaction, did manage to overcome it, but could have been a nice little nuance added to their pop take.
Yeah, 2 CTs and pop dog is actually quite common these days. It's a very powerful setup if you can get it established. You can have one player focusing towards the ladder drop, one towards main entrance. It can fall apart, but if you time it well and you have the information, you can get the double spray down like we just saw, and it will be ENCE posting a very promising round here on their CT side. It's going to be the first of the half as we go 10-8. The first tactical timeout of the day. Remember, they're playing online, especially Team ENCE, who are at a boot camp facility, I'd assume somewhere in Finland. Not sure about Team Spirit. I assume they're playing from home, but that is wild speculation from my side. But timeout, just to discuss what's happened so far. The money's not in a great position going into this next round. There is a buy there, but not everything they need. So they've got a buffer of rounds, so they could take a partial buy, try and get that bomb planted, and then come back. Time will tell, but either way, it's a good chance to discuss their options. Alu with 16 kills, just to note, barely got anything done on Inferno, so good to see him bounce back. They've gone for the hero AWP. I believe that was dropped by Chopper. So he's got Tech 9 and armor, unless he bought that himself. And then iDisbalance with the AWP, and then they've got 3 Glocks around it. That's
interesting buy,
strange.
Isn't it?
Okay, they've gone for...
Okay, they're fully invested.
It's a full investment, okay.
Why take the time out then invest after freeze time? I don't get it, but it's fine.
Especially with something that you want to do quickly, right? Because look at this, they're trying to get Chopper out into main to draw the attention to potentially open up a pick here for iDisbalance over the smoke. So this could work if they get a little bit too inquisitive.
It's a nice idea. The Tech 9, we don't see it too often, but there it is. It strikes first, and that's going to be X7 removed. So now they can slow things right down again. Remember, they've got the AWP. They don't need to pounce here. Wait to see what kind of CT reactions come through. We've got Magix. For me, the most important player of the map right now. He's got it towards the end of Ivy. No one's watching that position. If he sneaks out, they're in a lot of trouble. There is a reposition from Alu, but only with the M4, remember. Big kill. Ding towards Sunny. He might be going down here. He'll get one, and somehow he's still alive. I have no idea. It's when the pop dog aerial will save him. The AWP's starting to miss some shots now. 5 HP as ENCE take the lead.
Chopper has done so much for that one. A dink, and of course the opening kill, and it continues. Finally, Chopper's hard work pays off. It's Sundai Young's Krieg that he bought in the closing stages of that buy time. Does find the double kill. Now Sergey has got a real chance to clutch it.
Is that the first yellow card for Rush? We did miss 2 kills there.
Whoa!
You're gonna
All right.
I'm trying my best, IO.
Okay.
A lot of
So
stuff
explain
was
yourself,
going
Rush.
on. I was trying. I don't know what to say. You know.
Okay.
I'll get these two. Watch.
Yeah, I hope he
Maybe
nades
not.
them, Rush. So you just have to follow
Oh,
the
I can do
nade.
that. I like a good follow, Cam.
Yeah, that's sexy.
All right,
Okay.
you guys focus on your job. I'll do mine.
Okay, no worries, man. Good to hear from you. Let's
right.
see what Sergey can do here. He has got a good chance. He spots the first, did he not?
I don't think they spotted him, that's for sure.
I don't think he did. He'd have his crosshair.
They're planning
there's
back to
knife
bomb. He's
out.
going to get the double.
Knife
He's going to
out.
get the double.
Oh, okay. Oh, that stopper. Heart stopper. That's what that is. My
Oh.
God, Sergey does find the double kill. We'll see some Dai Young's two-piece right here. Nice second into aerial, but there, see the spray bouncing off of the metal. Arrgh.
I'm so nervous for him.
Yeah, that's horrible feeling.
Imagine if he loses that round. That would be done.
Timeout. They take a timeout. They're next to each other, but they take one.
Unplug your mouse and keyboard and go home.
Needless
after
to
that
say,
one,
though,
I'd say.
Chad, that is a massive round for them to pick up. That is huge.
Yes.
It's colossal. Let's put Team Spirit now down to an eco, full eco. All they've invested in was a Zeus. No armor, no nades, no upgraded pistols, just a limp towards inside and try and get the bomb planted, which actually might happen. You just need 1 kill. Barely even that sometimes. You can get the bomb down. I doubt it will, considering the nice
fast
setups.
rotation.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready to go. You got Alu with the AWP connector. You got Sergey with the M4. He'll fight tooth and nail to deny that fight.
Full Ivy control as well.
Good spray. Bomb does manage to get down to the site, but there's a nade on top of his noggin, and so this one is all said and done. I did see a flash of lightning. Zeus throwing a lightning bolt down from the clouds, but no, not going to connect, and it's going to go 10-10, keeping it level. A nice stark contrast from our opening map of this series.
So in the first map that we saw of Inferno, Spirit were able to be very regimented about their approach, right? They could grab banana control, they were able to execute, they had some nice snappy plays. Here we haven't seen enough rounds to see what they're trying to develop, but it's a much harder map to secure map control and work it the same way as an Inferno. So if they don't have any decent T-side openings to get them space, like what we saw from Chopper on that round they almost won earlier, then they're going to be in a bit of bother.
So, I like this setup. You have the AWP waiting at the end of Ivy. As soon as it fires a shot or gets any aggro, that's when X7 will swing around and try and cause as much carnage as possible. That won't be happening, unfortunately. You can see Team Spirit are setting up for an inside execution. This will be 2 smokes going in. You have 1 towards connector, 1 between the bomb site and the actual transition position itself. Flashes over. That's about it. They might even go for any smoke. I think they've got 1 set up for connector. In it goes, flashes go in. Sergey should be able to get multiple kills here. Good damage from the incendiary will enable Sunny to get the second. So much damage inflicted though. Round done. Really nice work from Sunny.
That transition, beautiful work. Sergey, of course, just did his very best to make sure that Molotov went down, that incendiary. To correct myself, just throwing that down early. Mixing. If you take that fight, you are going to be burning to a crisp. And Sunny, let's see this 3rd kill. This is lovely pre-fire, but that's just straight muscle memory. Great work.
Impressive. Like, that incendiary is everything. I mean, Sunny can just focus on that first kill, knowing they can't flood through that area, turns around, catches the players, pushing down towards the sidewalk, and then the 3rd. Beautiful. Stellar shot towards upper, and at this point, it will be a full eco. Team Spirit just Eagles, no armor, and if ever there's a matter to find a few 1-digs, Train could be it. Thank you, Irish fans, for showing me how it can be done. I knew I was onto something there.
All right, Henry.
That's
Got anything else for us in this round?
maybe another Deagle kill.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow, disbalance, man. He's like world edit, but he can do it with a deagle as well.
And a little bit more consistent.
And a little more
maybe.
consistent. Yeah, he sets records and then but the opposite of that is Alu, however, keeping his AWP more consistent as he has been here on Train throughout, closing in on 20 frags. And despite Disbalance's best efforts, this will go the way many anticipated. Just going to be ENCE collecting their 12th, 1 frag away from doing so.
There we have it.
I wouldn't say this is like last chance saloon right now for Team Spirit in this map, but definitely with how clean that this last slew of rounds have been for ENCE, I would say unless they can make 1 competitive on a gun round, that's just a pre-fire. That's ridiculous.
So, from what I can see on your screen, Chad, in the last 5 rounds, ENCE have only given up 6 kills.
Yeah, which means that bank is built very nicely. This is what I was talking about for Spirit in that first half. So ENCE here have a buffer. Even if they lose one, they get an opportunity to adjust and then go into that next gun round fully stocked. So they don't feel pressure right now.
Like to see that.
This guy.
He's just like, it's a perfect example of just how nerdy we've gotten, you know? Like,
did you see that one in Kenny at Katowice where he managed to hit that shot and then got a second wall bang as well? He got no kills and no information, but he did like 50 damage to 2 players at the start of the round. Like that. Pretty insane.
It just has no idea. Chip damage or unconfirmed damage. Lots of that. Let's see how round 23 does shape up as they're all gathered.
Same approach we saw from ENCE. It's upper focus with 3 players towards outside and the CT forces. Quite up close and personal as well.
He messed it up. He was trying to transition onto oil. Doesn't cost him in the end. He still holds the line in time. And now 2 frags in quick succession. Alu done almost all he has to. A second perfect incendiary. Choppers flash by X7. This is much better from ENCE, but it's not quite over yet. Magix pays quite the price to continue his aggression over the flames. He does it again. And now can get that bomb down. Nice route.
Yeah, that's all he really wants to do at this point. They haven't even got close to a bomb plant, and Ice Balance, it's a good shot so far, but that one had to connect to give them a fighting chance in the round. They'll have to win a 3 versus 1 at this point. A nice shot towards Aerial, that's about it, but once again, completely shut down, and Alu, perfect position there, Chad. So they were trying to hope on, or bank on the fact the AWP being connector. They're smoke connector, they're smoked by the bomb train, they've flooded 3 players out towards upper, but he's in the position where he's not flash, he's just watching them come out, essentially.
It's actually lucky that he missed that, that swing, because if he was in that position, he would maybe get 1 and then have to fall to a more passive line, meaning that the rotators coming in would be in a bit more trouble. But the fact that he could reposition, hide, then repick and go for another kill, he ended up in almost the best position he possibly could there.
Absolutely, he's got 22 kills as well.
This is the man we wanted to see.
This is the guy we know and love. And I'm not sure why we didn't get him an Inferno, but if they can close out Train, it'll be all be forgiven as we move into round number 24. It's a buy for Team Spirit. You can see Mir and Disbalance with no grenades between them, no sniper rifle, and Someday Young will have to fall back from the main entrance. Does dodge damage though. Incendiary deployed towards Ivy. Run boost as well.
20 past 4 lies the time, live from Cologne. 13 to 10, the score. The players playing at home. Let's see.
Lots of utilities just been used from both teams so far. We're going to see them almost max out, probably just under a minute here.
It's Mirage as the 3rd, right?
Yes, which I would say starts to favor the CIS team.
So wouldn't be surprised, or perhaps there's more surprises, twists and turns in Train. 3 rounds away from ENCE, taking us to Mirage, and yet this time Sunny trying to take a little initiative. It costs him his life.
2 dinks there. That's very unfortunate. It goes to show you why you pick up the T weaponry on the CT side. They managed to outduel their opponents there, essentially. Hit 2 M4 headshots, but it doesn't work out for them. Mir and Idis balance low, but still a 5-on-3. A fighting chance for Aerial. As he makes his way towards main entrance, Sergey gets 1 kill. He'll have to find a few more, though, to stand a chance in the round. 4 versus 2. Alu, Sergey alone, and somehow doesn't get that kill. I couldn't tell you how, and it will be Team Spirit keeping 3 players alive. Or 4 with
the strange thing here is that Sergey has 17 kills to his name. It's not that I felt that he's been like underperforming as an individual. It was the moment in that 2v1 clutch where I almost fluffed the spam, and there it felt like he had almost another sitter, right? So a couple of ones have gone missing for Sergey so far, but I think that point that Henry made was huge, right? The fact that they got the initial dink, it means that they reacted quicker, right? The Krieg was able to come on through and be the more superior weapon here, as we all know and love at the moment. But that was just a round where maybe ENCE over-committed with that utility early. They didn't have a lot left.
Well, they had plenty of money, at least, going into round number 25. 13-11. They win this one. They're in a very good position to close it out. Money just won't be there. And the grenade and spammage coming in from Sunny is fantastic there. No assist. You can see that was all him. 5 versus 4 with Magix down to just 45 points of health as well. So what's the reaction? They've got 2 smokes, a few Molotovs, no map control, and they'll start a little gambit towards the Ivy position. But no one's going to be challengers in the CT side. Exactly that. Alu doesn't need a kill towards Ivy. He doesn't have to take that risk. Run down the clock. They can drop an incendiary there. They have to. They can drop a smoke there with Alu's position as well. So as soon as he detects him on the other side, smoke it. You've bought yourself 20 seconds towards Ivy. He'll be dropping that as soon as he gets his first kill. That's when he drops the smoke. We'll see if that comes into fruition. First kill comes in now. Apparently not. All right. Good stuff from Team Spirit. They shouldn't have had a say in this round, but they're right back into it.
The real shot now, 40 seconds. The bomb is loose, and it is still towards main, so that's going to be the job now of Disbalance. And already he's dealing with one rather Aggressive and vicious Aerial tucked in on Old Hell. 30 seconds. Time's going to become a factor. And I think Aerial actually can still stand his ground in that molly. He's burning. Will go down. Disbalance makes sure of that. Some Young does get the frag, and now it's to get that bomb to the site. They've got 20 seconds to complete their mission, and Sergey is going to try and be the fly in the ointment, going towards Ivy, and that cross has been made already. Won't be able to punish just yet. Maybe tap away at the toes. Does catch some Young, can't transfer. Disbalance with 10 seconds to spare. Ensures that bomb's down.
They are enjoying planting the open, I have to say that much, but Disbalance will be closing things out there. An absolutely massive round for our Team Spirit to pick up. That would have been the game for me. If they lose that one, there'd be no money going forward. It'd been 14-11 at this stage, but managing to come back from the initial damage inflicted by Sunny. He did over 200 damage. He got the first kill. Disbalance, an incredibly difficult 1 versus 1. They almost dropped the ball there in the 2-on-1 again. Open plant with a smoke available as well. I'm not sure why they didn't smoke the site and plant within that. But either way, they win, and we find ourselves in round number 26 here. Money's still good for ENCE. This will be the final buy with no kits, just to notice, from Chad Birchall there.
Yeah, looking at the little details right now. So this one is a scary situation if it becomes a post plant like we saw on Inferno a lot. So far, these rounds have been playing out in a bit closer fashion. Now, Disbalance and Alu were the 2 names we mentioned to find the prowess with the AWP. For Disbalance in the second half, I've been more enjoying the work he's been doing with the Krieg, the SG, than that. He's hit some decent AWP shots, but his influence so far, especially that round right there, was with the SG. So let's see if he can still get it done now that we've got, I guess, a standard constellation of weapons, AWP on each side, 4 rifles.
But no kits and a distinct lack of utility for the CTs. The longer this round goes on, the more difficult it becomes.
This is the duel right here.
Disbalance is holding quite a passive angle.
Yeah, but he shouldn't go further in that corner. Exactly that one there. But there's a pre-fire. You can wallbang that. They'll check this still. Definitely will check it. So trade will come in. It's a good spot. Once you start getting wallbanged there and checked, it's very difficult to get more than 1 kill, which he just displayed.
I don't know how many people caught that, but Sunny turning from the flash actually turned into the flash. The flash landed behind him.
Oh dear.
So that him in that instance of turning back and forth, even if he wasn't blind, the timing there was
flawless.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I loved that.
Still winnable here for X7. Another 1-and-done position, but if it's overlooked, there is a chance. He needs 2 kills here. Pre-fires, is hoping for the best. Didn't work out for him. Alu's still alive, though. We've seen what he's capable of, and this is the moment he can step up. Good Molotov.
Great.
Yeah, what can he really do here? Nice grenade in response. Should do some damage. More than that. Down at 68, some die young. 3-on-2, but the CTs with
they
no
should
kits.
save.
For no kits, Chad, remember, they shouldn't go for this, but I guess at the backtracks, you're safe at least to look for some kills.
Yeah. Jinx, buy me a code. Gonna be Disbalance who doesn't have to contribute anything into this round himself. It was Chopper who once again does seem to be somewhat of a leader by example. He does just tend to be the first one out, charging in and drawing blood. 2 kills from him during that IV exchange. Spirit have a real shot now. After avoiding what looked to be a guaranteed 3rd map with that 1v1. They have a shot to take ENCE down a peg, but also to get a huge W in the first day of play here in Pro League. This is the 2nd frag from Chopper, excuse me, towards main. I said Ivy. This was the 2nd kill towards Ivy. Lovely catch.
X7's in such a difficult position there, right? Because the thing is, they know where he is. None of his teammates are really able to help him because they have already lost opening kills. So for him to continue to shoot, you might think, well, he can't see anybody. But he's expecting an individual to swing, right? He's hedging in that situation.
So they've gone for the partial buy here, which is fine. They've saved the AWP, they've saved the M4, they've gone for some CZs, PD50s. I would put this in the remit of an eco, to be fair with you. But when you've got Alu with an AWP and an M4 up as well, you have a good chance of winning the round. It's just going to take something a little bit more, a little bit different, a little bit more aggressive, perhaps.
Something like this.
X7 with the Zeus on the ladder. I actually like that a lot. Go for it. It's not great, but it was a good idea. And all the chaos, Aerial did push towards inside with Sergey. A nice idea. That's a pretty cool little setup. Doesn't work out for them, but if he gets that Zeus kill and then the inside push comes in then, I dare say they win the round. Like, there would be so much carnage going on with a Zeus kill coming through. The CZ push would have been great. We should steal that one for our play.
Yeah, actually, that does seem to work.
Chad, you buy the Zeus. You sit on the ladder. Alex and I'll get ready to push inside.
Okay.
You go out the ladder, miss the Zeus shot, we swing round.
Yeah, I'll take the MP9. Chad, you can have the M4 for sure.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
When do we get to play Vertigo again?
Oh, I just want to play Counter-Strike, man.
It's going to be, well, actually, maybe a couple of days.
Yeah, we did hear some good news.
There might be some gaming PCs for the Lancashire lads coming in.
Oh, God.
That would be big.
0 hours in the last 2 weeks, boys. I am I'm gagging
I'm
for
rusty to say the
You
least.
really need it because if we like throw you up against like Harry or Hugo or Trace,
They've been
we're gonna
sweating.
need something from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Get me in the
They are.
DMs.
They like gamers. Yes.
Harry
They play a
and
lot
Hugo
more than us.
love it. To be fair, they are about 19 years of age, so
Yeah, that's about when I was doing my impressive 8,000 hours of competitive COD.
yeah. See, it's when you had the bug, you know, when you're getting up every day and you're just grinding.
Or it's 4 a.m. and you've just been in a strat server lining up smoke grenades with aerials and for 3 hours straight.
We can't say too much on it, but there'll be something soon, Alex, where you won't have to spend more than 60 seconds looking for a smoke off
future.
us very soon.
What did Chad?
That is huge. Okay, so we need to talk
Big
about
kill.
that. That's a really big kill,
That is
taking away
big.
the AWP. He will still be able to afford one, but it's not about having the big green. It's about what he's missing. So now he's going to have to make emissions with utility, maybe armor, depending on what type of a buy that he wants to go for just here.
What money does Alu have right now?
I think it was 5,300.
Okay, so he can definitely buy the orb, but the good tactical timeout. First
Talk
one
it
used by
through.
ENCE. So Sixer, Twister can come in now. Sixer is a
Haven't
French
seen
player.
Sixer in a while.
Bonjour, mes amis.
He's been away for a while. Twister, not Sixer.
Blanc.
If he was there, that'd be very strange. Alu has gone for the AWP. It is not going to be the glass cannon, but as good as. He's got Kevlar, Orb, no helmet, no kit, no nades, so he'll have to step up. Might want to go for a more aggressive pick at the start. I would like an upper ramp pick, potentially this round. Where's his spawn out right now? Not great. Probably not going to happen. He's middle of the pack, so maybe go towards Connect to get boosted up. That could be something. Or go for an aggressive main entrance pick like we saw from Idis Balance in the first half. Time will tell. Many options. Can't really tell which one will happen. I'd like the boost and Connect. I think that'd be a cool one. Just to throw it in there. Good once a half. We'll see where he wants to go.
Crouch aerial, I dare you. First opportunity, first order of business is to call that cross. The T-Smoke will obscure his view for now. However, that's not where the body of the assault is coming from. Aerial actually choosing to get that information immediately. Look at him go. It's supportive. Molotov, immediately they have the info that there is nothing set up on main, and the reaction from the CTs at this point in time is to try and let's go for a 3-2 split. They will have two responsible for inner now.
Do you just see how much respect those two smokes from Team Spirit just bought from ENCE, right? They had to get main control. They couldn't risk it being a fast outplay. They had to contest in that moment. And using extra utility while Aerial was pushing into main means now to defend, that was a minute 30. We're down to a minute now. To defend, they only have a little bit of utility left.
And the CT's got nothing from that push really. They confirmed, yeah, it's clear at that point, but now they don't know whether they're coming from that position. They have to sit in the pop dog. We saw this work before, remember? This was a nice setup, but if they give the totem drop, they need both kills. That's what they're going for again. So here comes a flashbang, and it's a creep down this time. Instead of dropping, they've creeped down the ladder themselves. Now, Chad, correct me if I'm wrong. Have they done the totem drop with one player creeping on the ladder and one with full accuracy on top of his head? Is that what they just went for?
How did Chopper get that kill?
That would be, I think that's a crazy suggestion, but I'm saying that could have what just happened.
We might need to readdress that
Can
one.
we have a replay? If that's what they've done, that's insane. But I don't think it's what they did do, but it looked like they did.
I can do my best here. We don't have Counter-Strike.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I know
That's
what
the
you
guy
mean.
creeping down and you have accuracy
And you're on top of his head.
and he crawls down for you. He gives you a platform and you drop on top of that.
Like he's a moving elevator platform.
and you're above the flames, you're not getting
Oh
burned.
my
And then you drop
goodness.
down and kill. That would be, for me, that's like next level. I don't think that's what happened, but if it did, Chad's got on the screen
We're
now. Let's have
about
a
to
look.
catch it in a moment as Team Spirit are going to pick up this round because ENCE are going to be saving here.
I think it was just a shot on the ladder, if I'm honest, because it will happen at that range. But we'll
Yeah. If we could just bring Skybox up, please, in the back.
He still holds
see.
on to
Alex
his
is
orb.
just noticed, yeah, he has got his orb still.
So we can play this quickly. This is about to go down. This Molotov here is about to clear.
Sonny sat behind the flames. He
They're
was
both
fine.
behind the flames here. So hopefully this is quick enough before we get back into the action. And they are on each other's heads. It was. It's exactly
Is
as
it?
you were saying. He
so he's
stayed
on
on
top
his
of the
head.
head, above the flames, not taking damage,
All right.
and getting accuracy.
All right, we can get back in the game. Thank you for that.
Get that on Reddit. Let's have something good on Reddit. Let's do that.
Oh, we had
That's a
Chopper's
good
POV
thing.
as well, did we?
It's a cool one.
Oh, cool. Anyway, gonna get the fast molly, and it doesn't look like it's gonna stop Magic's. In fact, he's full blind and dead, and now the round is essentially over. Working with three, Disbalance, Sumdai Young, and Chopper, just losing 2 prongs, 3 prongs of their assault.
So it looks pretty hopeless at this point right now. But if I'm Sumda Young and I'm Chopper, I would not rush this round.
No, do as much damage as you possibly can. Keep this sort of buy going forward.
Yep, that's exactly right. There's no rush here. There's no need to force the situation. If they're going to offer you up free kills, you can take them, and you want to limp on it. This is great. If he stays in a position...
Not bad.
That was great. That's the AWP.
Something, and Chopper could very well take that Krieg out of X7's hands. He's very close, one bullet from doing so, but he'll choose to readdress. And so now Chopper's going to play a fun game of Find the Fin, as many as he can.
So just trying to cause any sort of financial damage here.
He misses.
Ambitious from X7 now with the low HP. Should be fine though. Don't see a world where they give up another kill. We're going right down to the wire here, round 30. Money available, 14 Spirit. They can drop a couple of weapons if required. Chopper and Disbalance at 9k apiece. 20 kills by Disbalance, 27 for Alu, 21 for Ariel as well. So players we wanted to see step up, starting to pay dividends. Sergey, decent numbers as well, 18. So if ENCE loses 2-0, though, this will all be in vain. They do need to win this round.
Yeah, and before everybody...
A good performance is not anything to write home about.
X7's had some difficult positions on the map. He also had Impact winning them the pistol round in the first half. So he's not doing great at the moment, but if you look back and you look at his individual positioning and stuff, maybe there's a reason for that. The fact he stood around there. The CT will try and spam you back in that position, right?
Yeah.
You're going to hang around there?
But he was like moving out of position and then back into it to ensure he couldn't get counterbanged. He's playing the game. He's living it life.
This is an inside all-in. This is what this looks like right now.
Why not? On this sort of round, you just do full execution. No one can get picked off one by one. At least you know you dropped your set piece, your strategy. And it was Alu who shut them down before, remember. The backtracks wasn't flash at all. They sent 3 players out towards upper. The bomb is there. That's a smoke towards connector. One for the left-hand side. Flash for Sunny. That might be the game. That might be the game.
Oh, that could be a disaster. Sunny misses his shots. The spray he committed to it. Fortunately, no one paying attention to Alu as he finds one. Disbalance, however, catches Ariel, cuts him down to size on Z. A bit of a problem.
They're not volleying towards connector at all. Alu had a chance for a second, but still a 4-on-3. There's the Molotovs coming in now. They have got kits as the retreat comes through. It looks like we might be done here. Sergey and Alu with it all to play for him. Alu getting banged at the start of the round as well. 40 or 52 HP. And now time ticking away.
Sergey got so much to do. They're holding all the right angles and just one man to try and save the day. He's done it many times. He gets another chance, but it's Magic's to confirm it. Spirit, they arrive to the Pro League with quite the bang and best ENCE in 2-0 fashion. Phenomenal stuff up against an ENCE that woke up in the second.
After being down 4-0, I think it was, well, I think going to 5-1. It was actually pretty unbelievable. ENCE looked like they were back. They were looking very good going forward as well. But Team Spirit started to wake up. Disbalance started to show us what he was made of. So did Alu. He had absolutely nothing to say on Inferno, but he looked fantastic here on Train. It was a very entertaining series, went right down to the wire. But unfortunately for ENCE, that will be a difficult start to their campaign here in EPL. A 0-2 to kick things off. And Team Spirit impressing us, to say the least. We'll take a break and we'll be back with, I guess, the analyst desk. That'll be us very shortly.